Strengthen the government. Let's pay our nation's bills, and then let's negotiate a sensible budget solution that secures our country's long-term fiscal needs.
We better wake up, and we better try to come to an agreement, salvaging something out of this, but get the government going again.
It is the very least that Congress could do to pass the legislation that would raise the debt ceiling for a short term and pass legislation that would fund the government for a short term.
Repeatedly, the House of Representatives has acted to compromise, to fund vital priorities, and repeatedly, President Obama and the Democrats have refused to negotiate.
How much of this was prompted by some of the polling we've seen over the last couple of days? How much damage has been done?
I think the reality that the government shutdown is not playing out well is sinking into everybody. It's not helping the president. Overall, his numbers have gone down, but it's certainly hurting us. And the goal is to reopen the government having accomplished something worthy of all this pain.
What's happening next?
Republicans have two cards, which is the shutdown of the government and the debt ceiling. What's clear is that the first card is worth nothing. In fact, it's really hurt the Republicans. You can see it in the polls, transient or not. When the country is blaming the Republicans by more than 22 points over the president, you've got a problem. And the other shocking number was that when they asked people how favorably they look at the parties, the Democrats have about an even, favorable and unfavorable. The Republicans are underwater by 30 points. That is a catastrophe. Now, and that is directly as a result of the shutdown. It wasn't only predictable, it was predicted. It was obvious it was going to happen, and it did. The trump card that Republicans have, and what's moving the president, is not so much the sequester, I would argue, but it's the debt ceiling. It's the one thing he cannot allow to happen because he's in charge of the economy, and it would wreck it. And that's the leverage that the House has, and that's why the president is negotiating, even though he pretends not to, because he has to. It's going to be there on Thursday. The Republicans should stick to a very short extension, push him on entitlements and tax reform, and they might even get a token gesture on Obamacare. But that's where the money is, and that's where the leverage is.
It doesn't seem like the grand bargain, as we call it in D.C., is something the president really wants to pursue.
They're going to get a bargain, but it won't be a grand one. It'll be a mini bargain, but it will be an advance. If you get anything on entitlements, let's say raising the retirement age or changing the cost of living adjustment, that's a major achievement. And that's what the House is going to try to get. The Ryan has proposed it in return for the debt ceiling. And again, it'll be a short extension so you can negotiate this. It's the Senate, the Republicans in the Senate, who will be giving away the shutdown because they are losing on the shutdown. They're essentially going to give it up and give it away because it's been working against them.
Each week you vote in our Friday lightning round what topic we'll pick first. This week you decided to let Charles pick. We're back with our panel.
Yes, and the question is, which poll number that came out this week was the most shocking? And I have to say, I hate to admit this, but Juan stumbled upon this truth.
Well,
staggered upon
even a
truth.
blind squirrel.
A phrase I would never use in this context. No, but Juan actually mentioned it in what you found in the Wall Street Journal poll, which showed that Obamacare, the support for Obamacare, had increased by 8 points since last month. And this coincides with the worst rollout since New Coke or the new Miley Cyrus, which would otherwise have been the news, the only news you would have heard, including late into the night with the comics. So it got kind of stepped on, and this reversal is one of the shocking results of a very unfortunate tactic that Republicans had chosen in the shutdown.
Let me write that down. Charles Krauthammer on Miley Cyrus. Okay.
I try to stay current.
Current. That's pretty good. All right, Juan. Obviously, you said your poll.
But she jumped the shark. You might want to.
Okay.
The problems with the exchanges are critical, and they're profound and indisputable. And yet, Secretary Sebelius is not shooting straight with the American people. The system is crashing. But she continues her promotional tour and advertising at taxpayer expense. This is ridiculous. Everything we warned about has come to pass. Today, I am calling on Kathleen Sebelius to resign her post as Secretary of Health and Human Services. Secretary Sebelius has had 3.5 years to launch Obamacare, and she has failed.
They've had over 8 million hits, people that have tried to sign up, and so far they have people in the single digits.
I'm not exactly clear what you mean by that.
Single digit would be less than 10.
The president is using the vast, immense power of the federal government to hurt the American people. Why? In order to win a political argument. What happens then when we turn over some of the most private, intimate decisions in our lives, our healthcare system, to the government? When will that be used as a tool against us? We must stop it. We must defund it. We cannot accept it.
We've seen an explosion of federal government power, none more important or significant or dangerous than Obamacare.
For all of the Washington thought process about these two guys and their strategy, their tactics, for these conservatives, they are hitting home runs.
That is true, but they are claiming to speak, you'll hear it in all their speeches, on behalf of the American people. And the only way that we can measure that in some way scientifically is either with elections or with polls. Well, the polls are in, and the numbers who support the tactic that these gentlemen have chosen is rather low. So I do think that contradicts the idea that somehow we are insulated, have no idea what's going on out there. The real test is objective information, empirical data. It's in. It came in today. The results are in.
One poll.
We had one poll. We've got AP. You've got everything that shows you that even though the two sides have been hurt, one side has been hurt a lot more. And in a country where every seat is allocated in the Congress to one party or the other, even if you're hurt, if the other guy's hurt more, you win.
This has been a Sunfish production.